Am I the asshole for telling my son, why don't you beg? Well, let's find out together whether or not you're the asshole. I got out of a shitty relationship with my ex. It was a nightmare of a divorce, and I got the blame even though the kids know he cheated on me. I got the blame since I asked for the divorce. This happened when our oldest son was 15. Let's call him Eric. He was a nightmare at the time. He bullied his younger sibling, and I had to drag him to therapy where he refused to talk. Proofread, please. We tried people he picked, but it was a nightmare. He wanted to live with my ex, but he didn't want him to live with him. Your ex did not want your son to live with him, so there's already some tension, some drama there. When he went to college, I had hoped that him spreading his wings would help him since nothing I did worked. It did not. He basically pretended no one existed unless he needed cash. My breaking point with him was when he was 21 and I gave him a text asking if he would make it home for Christmas. He told me to beg him to come and he would consider it. I'm changing it a little bit as I read because the grammar and some things are a bit off and it makes it a little bit hard for me to read, so I'm changing it fit into more of a natural feel for me. Sorry. Um, People need to proofread. I refused. I gave an invite and he didn't show. I kept giving him invites to family events but stopped this year. He is now 25. My two daughters are officially no longer in contact with him as of this year. We are in contact, but it's rare that we talk. He called yesterday asking if I could talk to his sisters and convince them to meet up with him. I told him to leave them alone, but he kept going, kept insisting. After a while of him not taking my no for an answer, I told him, why don't you beg and I will consider it? He got pissed, called me a jerk, and hung up. Maybe I went too far with him, but it's so hard to tell, so I came for an outside opinion. All right. So let's unpack this, okay? First of all, you were in a bad relationship, per your words, with your ex, and you divorced him. Your son wanted to live with your ex, but your ex did not want your son to live with him, meaning that either your ex was a bit of a prick or your ex already saw some problems with your son where he already had behavioral problems that were being exhibited and your ex didn't want to have anything to do with that. Either way, still a bit of a prick. Um, your son was a bully to the younger siblings. He didn't want to talk to a therapist, so living with him was a nightmare. Okay. Um, I don't know. In this situation, it's hard to say. I know a lot of people would easily say, not the asshole. Your son's a bit of an asshole, but I also asked the question, why is he an asshole? You raised him, right? So, d- as you said, you were in a shitty relationship with your ex. Well, what was shitty about it is the question. And how much of that shittiness was displayed in front of the children, which would then influence them to act in certain ways and not learn healthy conflict resolution, maybe. So that would be my question. I would lean towards maybe not the asshole, but that's a big red flag for me. The fact that before the divorce, he seems to probably have already had behavioral issues. Um, but yeah, I mean, if even the daughters have broken off contact with him, and don't keep in touch with him, and if he only talks to you when he wants money, he needs to learn that you're not an ATM, that you're not a bank, that he can't just come to you and use you when he needs something. He needs a bit of tough love. He needs a little bit of discipline, which maybe he should have gotten a bit more of when he was younger. Um, so, yeah, I mean, if he had told me to beg him to come home and he will consider it, if that had been me, at that point, I would have told him to F off and contact me when he learns to speak to me with a bit of respect, parent or not. Um, by tolerating that respect and trying to keep the lines open, I get it, you're a mother, but I think that just welcomes more abuse and it doesn't teach a lesson. That's just my own take. That's my own feedback there. I'd say not the asshole here, but again, red flags. But let's see what other people think. Let's find out in the comments below. Not the asshole. He got a taste of his own medicine. His life is lonely and empty because, well, you're making an assumption here. You don't know about his life being lonely or empty, do we? Uh, he might have a lot of friends at school. Who knows? So that's a leap because he pushed the people that care about him away. Welcome to Find Out Avenue. It's one exit past Fuck Around Boulevard. That's the first time I've ever heard that expression. Welcome to Find Out Avenue. It's one exit past Fuck Around Boulevard. Fuck around and find out. Love that. That's hilarious. Not the asshole. His sisters do not want to have a relationship with him because of the person he chooses to be. They have every right to be respected by keeping toxic people out of their lives and not talking to their brother. You are protecting their interests. I believe you said what you said out of frustration, and you are being nagged to your snapping point. Also agree. Okay. Let's see, do we have anyone saying the asshole? Why is he trying to contact his sisters? Fair question. They're all adults now, and there's no reason for you to interfere with the relationship. Fair point. And there's an answer. He wants to fix the relationship, and the girls have given him a clear "leave me alone. I never want to see you again." So his solution is trying to get you to be the intermediary. He needs to grow up, be an adult, and find a way to approach them and resolve the issue on his own. Not go to mommy when he needs something. He sounds like an asshole, and he also sounds he also sounds like a spoiled, entitled child, a man baby, basically. Maybe not even a man at this point. Yeah, so definitely not the asshole. Again, though, I do question the parenting for him to reach that point, but that's just my take. What do you guys think? Do you also question the parenting here? Do you agree, not the asshole? Are there any red flags that you see? Anything that I missed? Let me know in the comments below. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time.